Hello there, how are you doing? Jo Barnes here and welcome to another episode of Make It Happen Monday. Now in this episode I can't stop singing because the title of this episode is Do You Really Want to Be an Entrepreneur? I just can't stop singing, do you really want to hurt me? Every time I go to record this video I start with that and I'm singing, do you really want to make me cry? Anyway, I won't subject you to any more of my singing, but I just can't get that song out. Come back, Boy George, we love you. Come back, Boy George, all is forgiven. Anyway, so my question to you this week is, do you really want to be an entrepreneur? And what's this been inspired by, I hear you ask? Why did you ask that question, Jo? Well, it's because I actually received an email this week from somebody who I had invited to a webinar and who came back and said, I don't have time to watch webinars. Please send me the recording in a readable format. I really want to learn and I really do want to run my own company. And I got another email from somebody who said, I can't attend the webinar because it's at 1 o'clock in the morning. And another email from somebody else who didn't have the time and blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. I'm not out to judge people on their time management or anything like that. But I thought, I kept thinking about it and I kept thinking the sentence, I don't have the time to learn and get the skills I need to do this, and yet I want to learn and run my own business. They just don't go in the same email. They don't actually go in the same life, you know, because the simple fact is if you want to do something that is extraordinary, yeah, if you want to be somebody and achieve things that are extraordinary, which is what you would do if you were an entrepreneur, then you need to do extraordinary things in order to make that happen, yeah? Which might mean getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning to watch a webinar, which might mean getting up an hour earlier in the morning or going to bed an hour later at night to make sure that you have the time, yeah, to learn new skills. The simple fact is whatever it is you want to do in life, if you want to do and be something extraordinary, then you are going to have to do stuff out of the normal life, if you like, yeah? And it led me to think about that and think about the sacrifices that I've made in order to get where I am. I mean, I didn't just wake up one morning in a penthouse apartment in Phuket, Thailand with the views of millionaire yachts outside. I didn't just kind of wake up and go, oh, look at where I am, isn't this amazing? You know, I had to work my backside off for this and continue to do so. I happen to love what I do, so, you know, it doesn't feel like a job most of the time, but, you know, you're putting effort in, you're making sacrifices, and you're doing things that other people may not or won't do in order to achieve the things you want to achieve. And talking about webinars, when I first started online back in 2010, I was watching webinars by the guys in the US because of course I wasn't in the US, I was in Europe and then I was in Asia. And so I was watching webinars by the guys in the US at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Not only that, but because of where I was based and I wanted to reach the US audience, I was presenting webinars. If you've been with me from the get-go, you'll know that I've got on webinars at 4 o'clock in the morning saying, good morning guys, it's 4 a.m. You know, and 5 o'clock. And I did a webinar this week at 6 a.m., you know, which isn't too bad, but still pretty early for some. You know, so I've done interviews with people at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, because it fit in with their time zone. So the simple fact is you are just going to have to do more than you expect of yourself if you want to be more than you currently are. Yeah, if you want to have an extraordinary life, you are going to have to do more. I remember when I had my daughter, when she was only like 6 weeks old, and I had a business that I was running, and I remember I asked a friend to come round for the weekend and help me look after my daughter because I had all of these contracts I had to do, invoices I had to run, all sorts of things that I had to do, and I literally needed to spend an entire weekend just on this, you know, because I'd just had this new baby and I'd been out for a few weeks. So I had to do that. I had to take this little baby to a business meeting with me. I remember changing her nappy on a glass table in a really, really flash apartment about 3 minutes before I had a business meeting with a baby in my arm. The things we have to do when we want to be an entrepreneur, when we want to run our own business, and when we want to have an extraordinary life. So, your challenge for this week, I really want you to find out what you're going to need to do to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. How do you do that? Go and find somebody who's doing what you're doing right now. Go and find them. They're all online. You'll find somebody, I'm sure, who's doing what you want to do right now. Yeah? And then see if you can interview them, or find a video they've made, or read their Wikipedia profile, or read a book they've written. Find out, what did they do to get where they are now? What did they sacrifice? How many hours did they put into it? What journey did they take? What exactly was their path to their success right now? Understand that, know that, investigate it. Do your due diligence. Know with your eyes wide open what it is you're getting into. Because running your own business, being an entrepreneur, is not as simple as waking up one morning and thinking, right, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to run a business and I'm going to earn loads of money, and within 6 months I'm going to be living in a mansion on the top of the California hills with the beach rolling in, blah, blah, blah. I wish it was, but it isn't. So go out there, do your due diligence, find out what people that are doing what you want to do right now had to go through, and what they did to get where they are now. And then at least you can go into this with your eyes absolutely wide open and truly decide, is this the path for you? Do you really want to be an entrepreneur? And by the way, if you get to the end of that investigation and you think, do you know what, I don't want to go through all that, I don't want to do that, that's okay. It's okay. It's not, entrepreneurs aren't better than anybody else. They're just different people who are taking a different path. It's okay. You have to do in life what it is that makes you happy. Okay? That's it. That is my challenge for this week. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have found this episode useful. Do please subscribe if you want these videos in your inbox, and other goodies that I send to my subscribers. Share with your friends, and do please come and have a chat with me in the comments box below. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing week ahead, and of course, make it happen.